Hi, I'm AprilPvd, and this is my virtual reality. I hope you enjoy. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. Right, Kojiko? With a knick-knack, paddywhack, give a dog a bone. This old man came. Hi, welcome to part 3 of my Zenith tutorial. Today, we're going to be talking about inventory management. Inventory management is really important because you want to keep track of what you have. You want to keep track of what you get, and you want to make good use of the things you get. The worst thing, one of the worst things, there's so many worse things, but one of the worst things that can happen is that you are looking for something specifically to use and you can't find it. So I am starting out today on my Ninja because I want you to see what a good inventory looks like, and then we will go on to look at the tutorial. So let me open up my inventory. Your inventory is that little chest trunk, the first one. And this screen has a lot of information. So we're going to start off with when you get titles, you can get them here. For some reason, this title doesn't stick. These are titles that came from different things. There was a Christmas thing. This was the Sylphid Slayer that lets you get the spring bow. This is all your stats and your current buffs. She's level 40, which is the highest level you can get right now. And I do have to preface, and I should preface all these tutorials with this is what is available in January 2024. There is a new 2.0 coming out, and this may change a lot of things, and then I will do an update. So she does things a little bit different than you might do because she has a lot of things. So this is her inventory. This shows her gear. She's wearing cosmetics. It shows her cosmetics. She's got a lot of NeoWear stuff. The main thing on page 1, she likes talking about her in the third person. Now you can tell if you do the log out, you can tell which one you have. I have AprilPvd Twitch. She's on Twitch. She's my cyber ninja. I put the on Twitch on because that'll show over my head, and that lets people know that I am streaming on Twitch. So her inventory is not ideal. She has a lot of things she doesn't need, or she may not need, but she doesn't know, or I don't know if I'm going to need it. Some of the things she has, she just keeps because she likes them. This is a dazzling twilight grassland jelly puff. Now, here's the thing. I would recommend, and I'm not doing this, but I'm going to do it right now. I would recommend that you keep all your pets together because of two things. One is eventually you may sell them. You may sell them because you're trying to get enough money to own your apartment. That's a whole nother game, a whole nother thing. Apartments are important because you can get these extra buffs from your lamps that you put in the apartment. But we'll go into that. Also, and you're going to need money for that. And if you keep your pets all together, when you go to sell them, they're all in one place. These are my costume outfits that I like to wear. That's a little pink bunny ear thing. This is a pirate's hat. And these are things that I have accrued that I like. And I keep them on this page because sometimes I like to change into a costume. So my main page for getting stuff is page 2. Now again, you might just do everything on page 1, but I like to keep all the top rows filled because here's the thing. You will get something. You will be busy fighting people, doing things, and you will get something and you will go, what was that thing I got? Well, anything I get new, and this is something that I'm going to trash, so I put them over here for right now. But anything you get new is going to show up here. And I really should keep my pets together. These are bows that I've gotten that I'm not sure what I'm going to do with. I want to look at them to see. Superheated is supposed to be really good. Each of these bows, Soul Shock. I think I have Soul Shock on this, so I could get rid of this one. This was a drop in an instance, and normally when you get your first drop, you're like, oh, wow, it's really good. I'm going to get it. Now, here's the thing you have to keep in mind in inventory control, and I'm going to tell you this up front, and I want to bam it in your head, and I want you to really understand this. Be careful how you click. As you're moving stuff around, one of the biggest mistakes you can do is to accidentally, when you go to move your stuff in inventory, okay, maybe I should start with that. You click and hold your trigger button. Not the grip. The grip, so this button here is your grip. This button underneath. But the one that you use with your pointy finger, is your trigger button. So you click and hold, and that's how you move stuff around in your inventory. Now, here's the most dangerous thing that can happen. There is no way to lock any of these items in your inventory. And what can happen very easily is when you go to drag something, if you accidentally click and hold, you've swapped them out. Now I'm down to level 51. I'm wearing level 24 instead of my level 56. And what can happen is you can accidentally, without thinking, you've traded them in. You think you're taking these and you're dusting them, and now you're dusting your precious, most valuable gloves. I'm going to put that back. So just be aware that these cannot be locked and that you can accidentally click and equip the wrong glove. So keep an eye on that. They make the better gloves, the better gear with different outlines. This is a white gear. I'm going to put these together. This is white. This is blue. Blue is better, is one. Okay, so let's put them in order. So we have white. White is regular. We have green. Green is uncommon. Then we have blue. Blue is rare. And then we have purple. Purple is epic. Oh, we need one more. I didn't make enough room. And then we have legendary. So these are your 4 different types. They also give you 4 different types of dust. 50, 55. I don't know why I'm saving that, but I am. I will make decisions about these later. But if you dust the green, and remember I told you yesterday or last episode that I keep my dust on my second page down here so I can keep track of your dust. Now, oh, shoot. So this is how you keep an orderly inventory. You make sure that, oops, oh, that was the purple one, that you have all your upper rows filled up. And I'm going to go back to that. Get rid of that. Now, when you go to dust something, and I'll go over this again and again, you're going to get a warning. Are you sure you want to scrap the selected item? The item will be converted into enhancement dust. You can click this box that says hide this prompt for this session. But that means that you can accidentally dust something. So I'm going to just hit, I'm scared. I accidentally dusted a very special pair of boots, and I went through a lot of trouble to get them back. So this always makes me nervous to do this. But so now whenever I drag, because I hit that button, whenever I drag something here, it just automatically goes without the warning. What I like to do is when I'm going to dust stuff is put them all down here. And that makes it easier for me to keep track of what I'm dusting. You can't dust anything else other than gear. You can delete them, but you can also sell them. And we're going to go, as soon as we're done here, we're going to go where we can sell stuff. This makes me very nervous because if I accidentally, like that, see that? Did you see that? I accidentally equipped those pants. If I had dragged these in, I would have deleted. And the only way you can turn that off is to exit out of the play session. I'm going to do that because that made me nervous. I don't like clicking that button. All right, so now we're going to go on our tutorial. We're going to go to our tutorial. I'm going to go back to how you probably will be if you're watching this tutorial. You won't have those expensive things. You won't have high-level gear that you can worry about deleting. I'm shaking. I'm literally shaking right now because I could have deleted those pants. So I did delete a very expensive pair. Well, they were the pants I had gotten with TK from running TK Dungeons. And I had to go through a lot of trouble to get them back. Okay, so now we're on my tutorial tune, which I can tell by looking at her name in the logout section. It also gives me some other information about her. She's level 4. She will need 3,600 to get to the next level. These are her stats. And now we're going to look at her inventory. This is what I recommend you do in the beginning. The things up here are food items. We haven't gotten to learn how to cook yet. But what I like to do, because when you do cook, I think I got the recipe. So when you do cook, oh, okay, I haven't gotten any recipes yet. Okay, when you do cook, it's going to show up in your ingredients will show up on your cooking device or the stove. So I like to put all of my cooking stuff on my second page when I first start because I'm not going to need them. I can put all the uh, plants I pick, everything down there. Also, you don't need to see your pets. So I'm going to put my pets down there too. And you just, to put something on a different page, you just drag it to that page. And then these are things you're going to need to do stuff for crafting in Skyland. Your wood, your exodust, your fertilizer, your glinting wood, your ore. I recommend putting those on page 3. So you're going to want to try to do this from day 1. And two things happen. One is that you're more organized. So now the only thing I have on my first page are things that I want to turn into dust. And I'm going to go ahead and accept the prompt because I don't have any high things. These pants are level 7. I want to keep them because I'm going to be level 5 soon. Now, I want to point out that while the things I'm showing you in all of these tutorials are just specific things that I like to do. See where dust is getting up there. And so your initial launcher cannot be scrapped, but you can delete it by deleting that. And you get that warning, a different warning. It's going to the trash. It's not going to be turned to dust. I'm just showing you some of the basics, and there are things that I particularly do. Someone else might tell you something differently, and theirs is just as viable. Okay, so now I always like to get that. So now let's look at our different pages. So we have a page with all our cooking stuff and our captured pets, picked up pets. And then we have a page with all our stuff for crafting in Skyland. And what happens now is every time you add to those particular items, they will go to that page. And now when you get something new, it's going to show up here and you're not going to have to look for it. Now, the other things you're going to have is you're going to have your quests. We haven't gotten many quest things. We've gotten some constructor nuggets, some sky dew, and a broken sylphid horn. As this page fills up, you're going to be doing the same thing with organizing. You're never going to really fill up your cosmetic page. And then your building thing is something to do with your housing, and you're going to find out about that later. So this is my method for inventory control. It's gonna save you a lot of time. Let's do some things. We haven't talked to Raskin. That's the after you have gotten your bug collecting and everything, and you're level 4. I still. Oh look, we finished the fairy fly one yesterday, so he's giving us a new one because the server, as we can look at the agent rank, the server has reset. And the other thing that happens when the server resets is you get different dailies. Sometimes it's to cook, which we're going to get into. Sometimes it's to catch stuff. Sometimes it's gathering, which I really like. Here, this one is just catching 3. So we're going to do so if we look at our hub, we have a few things that automatically populate up there. And then there's a few things that we can populate by either clicking on our quest log. They're there. And clicking on anything here, it will show up on that list. Now we're gonna do one more thing in agent rank before we go and accept any other quest. We're gonna do see the world. So it's in our agent rank under guide, and it's see the world. And it says once it's highlighted, it says Climb to the top of the tower opposite the billboard. Blue markers will lead you to a successful journey. We're doing this for two reasons. The first reason is that it's going to give us some XP, but it's also going to open up another quest that we want to do together with the second step. So, like any quest that we get, a little blue light is showing. Let me see. Yes. And then it also shows here. See the world. See that corresponds with that blue light there. So we're going to go over there. Oh, and since we have a pet, I'm going to take out our pet. And because it's after server, every 6 hours, you can pet your pet. And by petting them, they get 150 XP. So this one's going to go up to 252 when we pet them. So, and then the next time we pet them, they're going to go up. Now, we've only got 2 perk points. We haven't unlocked anything for him yet. We're going to wait to see what they get. Oh, but we do want to bring our fairy fly because she gives us lesser speedy. So you always want to keep your pet that you have that gives you the best buff for your current situation. If I had a pet that would give me a battle thing and I was fighting, I would want that one. But now we see this is the quest thing for the agent rank guide, see the world. Yeah, he's going to come in. Sorry, you've been looking at my back all this time. I didn't even check. I'm in my VR room and I can move around a lot. So, okay. So, we found the light. We're going to go into it and oops. Okay, so it does the little click and now the objective changes and it now says climb up to the walkway and we see the light is up there. So now we're getting into learning. It's all about learning how to use climbing, how to watch your stamina. Now if your stamina on this starts to wane, be aware that you can stop anywhere along here and wait for your stamina bar to go up. If you're a mage, you could use your transport. Oh, I am a mage. I forgot. I'm a mage. Okay, so tomorrow we're going to talk about roles. The next one is roles. So now we're going to go to the next point. And when we get into it, maybe I have to walk into it. Sometimes it's okay, we got to get to a certain point. And now it says, keep climbing. Sometimes you have to look away and look over. Keep climbing up and to the left a little for ledges and get to the next waypoint. All right, so if you can't climb straight up because your stamina goes out, it's telling you that you can go over here and there's a ledge here and then there's a ledge here. So it's all to get you in acclimated to climbing in Zenith. I think it's a neat little, I think they want you to experience instead of giving you like a book or a Wowpedia, you have little things like this to kind of help you understand. And this is why you need to look at your agent rank. There are people who are level 15, 20, been in Skyline the whole time. They have no pets and they haven't done the agent rank. So I'm going to climb up here. And look how beautiful this city is. So now it's telling you to walk up the slope and get up to this balcony. And now we've done see the world, and with the the things in the guide, they will pop up like that. And also this little yellow thing will outline. And I'm turning sideways again. I hate that. And you can now claim it. And whenever these things pop up that have steps, you want to claim them because the next step is going to now pop up. And the next thing of seeing the world is to climb the Dragon Tooth Mountain, which we're going to do as well as another quest that we're going to get. So we've climbed up. It's beautiful up here. There's also a little billboard. Can I pet? Where they show different interesting things. And yeah, it's also to get you used to being up in heights because there's a lot of heights in Zenith. That building over there, if you see that little that little open platform, that's where our apartment is, but we'll go to that later. And yeah, I think that'll do it. Well, let's see, how long have we been going? What else can we do before I leave? Oh, I know. I forgot. That's what I wanted to do. Sorry. I have so many things planned. I should probably write it down. But since we got to level 5, we can now wear these pants. But wait, did we hit level 5? No, we're still level 4. All right. Let's look at what we can do to get to level 5 real quick because I want to show you those pants. So let's look at our agent rank and see the world. Deadly agent. We have activities. We can capture 30 waddlers. Oh, those are weekly things. They reset at. We can cook some noodles. Oh, let's go cooking or gather fruit. But I think we do have a cooking quest that we need to get. So while we're here in Nexus, let's go visit Brim. Brim is the chef. And now he is also in Skyland, but he's going to give us quests here to start our cooking adventure. And here he is. We just go right past that point where we turned down before. This is where we started. If I'm just going to go back so you can see exactly how to find. You come across that bridge. Before we do that, I want to see if Mika has any quests for us. This is one of the original Mika. Okay. We're going to be talking to Mika tomorrow. All right. So he has 2 quests for us. How the cookie crumbles. Bake 3 cookies. And he's given us this recipe. And then he's going to give us Aren't You Glad? And he wants us to, he says to gather some fresh oranges and buy milk from the nearby store. But we have already gathered oranges and we already have the milk. So we've completed that quest. And now he wants us to make a smoothie. So now we have 2 recipes. So this is the thing. You won't get the stove until you get the recipes. And this is under life skill. All these things are under life skill, but cooking is at the top. And now we have recipes where we didn't have recipes before. And like I told you, one of the things that happens with the recipes is that the ingredients show up in this window. So you don't have to have your ingredients on the first page of your inventory. So let's cook. Now, toggle station. And when you do that, anywhere you are, your station's going to show up. And if your height isn't at the right level, you want to do the recentering, and that will recenter you so that you can reach the station. Okay, so I'm at a good height. So the first thing I'm going to do is bake some cookies. Now, as you look at these, you'll see that they tell you what they give you. Each item gives you a buff. The cookies give you plus 25 health, plus 5 attack, and plus 5 defense. So we're going to make 3 cookies for Brim's Quest. And all you do is, I like to start off by putting the milk in, and then you're going to put the power generator. This is the power in this hole. And now, to make a good cookie, to make a good anything, when you're working with a pot, you want to follow the dial and you will get the cooked item. It just looks like a ball of snow. And then up there it will tell you how good that is, because you can burn things. Now, when you pick a recipe, you automatically get 3 items, 3 burners, and the burners will have on them the pots that you need to cook that specific item. Now, as this is a hey Murdio, this is an open world and people will drop in, and you never know when you might run into someone. And this is Murdio. Hi Murdio. I'm doing a tutorial. So we cooked the flour, and now we're putting the sugar in. How are you? Now Murdio, do you do cooking? Do you do cooking before you right, because it gives you 10% crit. It gives you plus 10 crit. Yeah. So I always do it. Did you get your pineapples? I know you were looking for them. Oh, okay. Because I always go to Tangled Cove. I'm doing these tutorials for YouTube to try to get people to understand all the nuances of playing. And we're doing one on inventory control. Now, how do you do your inventory? Do you do anything special? Now, see, I burnt that. That's a burnt. And see the quality. Okay. And your page 2? The things you want to save, because sometimes we're hoping that one day some of the armor we have will be able to do cosmetics with, even though they're outdated. And then do you move things around? Because I try to keep an open space so that when I yeah. Now, I put my dust all at the bottom of one page so that I know what I have when I'm picking up dust. All right, so I'm done making the cookies. Brim's giving me the question mark that I finished that case. I turn off my station. It really doesn't matter. Your station will stay there for until you get about 100 yards away. Are you gonna go to the event today? I'm at 139. I need 61 more marks of devotion. Okay, so now we're trying to get to level 5, so we're almost there. As we can see, the ring is filling up. I'm also teaching about how to get gear, when you can put on gear. So I have a level 7 piece of gear. Now, as you can see, my cookies stacked in 2 different ways because I made 2 perfect cookies and then one of the cookies burnt and I got a poor cookie. Now, right now, it doesn't really matter except for taking up inventory space, whether you do poor or good. But I hear that eventually, the better you cook, the better your buff is going to be on whatever you're cooking. It hasn't implemented now, so you could just go in. Oh, I'm out. So it's telling me I don't have enough ingredients, so I need to get milk. I'm out of milk. So fortunately, we're here by Brim, and here is one of the. How many stores are there? Can you name all the stores? I think there's one here. There's one in Aramite Forest. There's one in Obsidian. Is that it? No, and there's one in on the coast. The Tangled. What is it? Not Tangled Coast. Oh, I don't have the name for it. What is that coast above Fractured Plains? Radiant Coast. Yeah, there's one in Radiant Coast. There's one in Obsidian Fortress, one in Aramite Forest, and then one here. There's not one in Skyland, which is interesting. So now I need to buy some milk. The other thing that shows up here that's interesting is the cosmetics that you can get. Oh. All right, Murdio, good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. Oh, was this just a coincidence? Bye, bell pepper. Are you a green bell pepper, or a red bell pepper, or a yellow bell pepper? Okay. Have a good one. All right, so now we can make our orange smoothies. And we need to make 3. So we just have to cook the milk on this one and chop up the oranges. Now, I just want to warn you, sometimes this can be glitchy and you go to chop and then this you just put in the cauldron. Sometimes you have to be sure to read the directions, otherwise you will be trying to fry something that you don't need to fry. And I'm sideways again. So that was nice. I like Murdio. Murdio's a good guy, and he's helped me out a lot. So there's a lot of good people in. Did I make 2 smoothies already? Well, he's saying I'm all done, so we're gonna go over here and get the quest because the orange thing. Oh, make a smoothie. Okay. All right. And he gave me 2 smoothies, and he gave me another quest, which is skills to pay the bills. Oh, he wants me to take these smoothies to someone in Fractured Plains, Marcon. Okay. We have to go to Marcon. Now, we're going to go ahead and start because I want to get to level 5 before I finish this tutorial. So we're going to go ahead and, again, you could go through that portal, and there are some quests in Skyland that are interesting, and we'll give you more skills, but we're going to start the whole Fractured Plane starts with talking to Raskin. So Raskin says, "Hey kid, you made it. I'm sorry about the Marcus and Ellie, but we don't know about that because that's what happened in the academy. they didn't make it out of there. We've just received some troubling news. The exiles are gathering in large numbers outside the city. So he's going to give us this quest, and we're going to get and we're going to get 11,000 in XP, 140 in Zen, and we're going to get a new cloak. So let's go ahead and accept that. And here we go with a circle again. So we go through the circle. Oh, and I forgot to look. All right, so now we head to the location. And participate in a public event. We talked about public events the other day. Yes, and this is another public event, and we're going to participate in it. Now, this one is a kill all the enemies, and this bar fills up as the enemies are. Thank you. So here's an interesting thing is that by doing this quest, we can also finish the quest from Brim. So it's, and be aware, you're going to find mobs that you're going to have to shoot. Even though they're not part of the quest, they will give you XP and they can drop stuff. So we also oh, I am a mage, but I can't do that. So we also have this quest here. This is Marcon, and we just gave him the two smoothies that Brim told us to give. But he also has another quest for us, but we're not level 7 yet. We can go here. Now, we you want to be smart. We could, there's an event there, and that boss looks pretty big, and there's other people around, so you can move smart and not aggro. Every one of these has a certain aggro range. So we're moving smart. We didn't aggro. There's a waddler though that I would love to get, but we're gonna go over here, and this is an important part of the quest because of the storyline. Because we're getting to know Raskin. Oh, we're gonna pick some more oranges while we're here. Be careful when sometimes you can just pull them down and not pull them into your chest. I don't know. I always like to pick everything. There's a tier up there. We're going to talk about those in another episode. But here we go. He has a quest for us. We finished this quest. We have leveled up to level 5 before we go any further. Okay, he's also given us a robe that's a level 6 robe, and we immediately equipped it because it was better than what we had. And now we can wear these pants. So we're now item level 4 because we still have some low level gear on. And now we have green dust. And one of the other things we got at the store was we got a new hat. So we're going to wear our cosmetic hat because I just like that one. Now you see how people have gone in there? We can't go in there yet because we have to finish these quests. And this quest says, head to Blossom Village. And we see a sign there. So we're going to do... Ooh, there is a panda there. Now this is a special pet. Ooh, were you trying to get that? Oh no. Sorry. Oh, okay. I don't even know why I would get that on this tutorial one because I'll probably never get 150. But the panda owl, now we're going to look at the creature catching thing. Yeah. And this one says that we've caught one, but if we look at the summoning, and that's the important part, it's tier 3 before we can summon them, which means we have to get 150. But we don't need 150 to get this waddler. We only need, I thought it was 35. It says tier 2, which is 50. So okay, so now we gotta, now so here's the thing, this is Blossom Village. Before we go in, we're gonna take a look around. There are sylphids here, and so we want to be careful that when we fight that we don't get overwhelmed. So when we shoot these, we reveal one. And so if we look at we've gathered one. Now, one of the things when you're fighting is to kind of, get some distance, move around, don't stay in one place, and keep an eye on your health bar. And when they are staggered, two things happen. If you do enough damage on them, two things happen. One is they get staggered, and you can do more damage, and they do stop while they're staggered, so they're not damaging you. Now I'm a little bit hurt. He's done an AoE. Look, I'm almost dead. I mean, I'm low, but I managed, and he also dropped loot. And then another one of these pops up. These respawn. Also, there are all these little cute houses out here. You always want to look around and see what's in it. Oh, look, there's a chest. And I'm letting my stamina pick up a little. My health pick up. I could also eat a cookie, which would increase my my health. But only when you're out of battle. So here's another crystal, and here's another chest. Remember I told you you want to pick up all your crystals, all your chests, and just about anything you find around is always a good thing to do. Now there's an event down there, and there's more crystals down there. What do I do? Oh, and this crystal has respawned. So I only need 2 more. So here's one. And here's 2. So now I can go back to Raskin. There's some fruit. Always want to grab the fruit when we see it. Oh, look. There is a event here. This is a sunshine event, and we're gonna get into this another day. The events for cosmetic wear. All right, so we've done it. We've completed this. We've leveled up. Our godstones have leveled up. We're going to look at our godstones in the next episode because we're going to do rolls and godstones. So now, we got a new pair of pants. Let's see, is it better than what we had before? No, because the one we got before was a level 7. So when it didn't automatically equip, and we're not going to automatically use it, we are going to turn it into dust. And you want to kind of do these things as quickly as you can, because as you'll get bogged down and your inventory will overflow. See if you can activate this door. Okay, so we've gotten the 5 crystals, and we need it to open this door to this cave. And in a lot of instances, when you're turning in a quest, instead of making you open your inventory, they have what's called a quick inventory thing. And it's exactly like what's in your inventory. If you look at your quest inventory, you have the 5 corrupted shards, and there are the 5 corrupted shards. Now, sometimes this gets glitched, so you may go to grab it, and it's telling you where to put it, where to put the next one. But if for any reason it becomes glitched and you can't grab it, you can always grab it out of your inventory. Oops, that's the wrong thing. What did I grab? Oh, I grabbed the mask. You can always grab it out of your inventory and put it in there. So now we've opened it. You can call me a kid. So we've gotten a new objective. If we look at our objective, it says mine for the taking. We're going to go in and kill 4 exiles in the mine. But we're going to save that for next time, because we're going to go over the different roles. As a mage, you can be a DPS, a support, or a tank. And next episode, we're going to talk about these roles, dab a little bit into Godstones, and do something that I like to call simultaneous leveling. And we're going to go into that on our next episode of AprilPvd and tutorials. Thank you for watching. If you found this helpful, like, comment, subscribe, and share.